Outback, West Australia. Behind the Eucla Motel and Roadhouse, you'll find a road that leads down to where the old Eucla town used to be, and the site of the old telegraph station and the old Eucla jetty.
Not much left of the old telegraph station. The sand dunes have pretty well taken this over, Mcdaddy.
Yep.
Anyway, welcome back to the channel, and today we come to you from the old telegraph station at Eucla. In the distance you might be able to see the old telegraph lines here.
Oh, here comes the old telegraph ladies. About to hook up the lines.
Geez, you're a brave man, mate.
Before the telegraph station was established, communication between the western and eastern states could take months. This was a tyranny of distance in Australia. But when the Eucla Telegraph line and manual repeater station were established in 1877, messages took only a few seconds. By the 1890s, Eucla received 600 telegrams daily. The original weatherboard station began operation on the 9th of December 1877. It was staffed by 4 male telegraphists who lived in tents and wood cabins. In 1898, the station was rebuilt in stone with separate quarters for 26 telegraphists and their families. In the 1890s, Eucla had 4 streets, several sandstone and wooden buildings, a 100-metre long jetty and the telegraph station.
And from memory, I don't think, Mcdaddy, this had any sand dunes at all back then, did it?
No, it didn't. So what happened? In 1859, pastoralist and member of the Victorian Acclimatisation Society, Tom Austin, released 12 pairs of rabbits on his Victorian property near Winchelsea. By the 1890s, rabbit populations multiplied rapidly and spread throughout 70% of Australia's landmass in plague proportions. And within a few short years after reaching Eucla, the rabbit plague destroyed the scrub and vegetation on the dunes, loosening the sand. The pastoralist Tom Austin died on the 18th of December 1871. In 1882, Tom Austin's widow, Elizabeth Austin, founded the Austin Hospital as a charitable institute for incurables.
Well, after tromping through the bush for a good, I'd say, 10-15 minutes, we finally come across what we think is, from the sign, is the actual original telegraph station, which was completed in about 1877. But as you can see in a second, there's really not much left of it, but it's certainly worth a bit of a tromp through the bush. So it's a fantastic place in the middle of nowhere. If you like this sort of thing, I love being out in the bush, but we'll give you a bit of a look at what's actually here now.
The original township, slowly being consumed by the dunes, was abandoned, and a new township was established on the escarpment 4 kilometres north of the old telegraph station. As the dunes shift, some buildings may reappear, others will be covered completely. Many pioneer farmers and telegraph operators were buried at Eucla, but as the sand dunes encroached their graves, some headstones and plaques were removed and can now be seen at the Eucla Museum.
Alright, so that's the survey sign. Back then, Mcdaddy, I gather there was no, especially from looking at the photo, there were no sand dunes through here then, and the sand dunes are slowly eating away at the town. You've got, what's this, maybe the fence or the foundations possibly? Frankie's decided to chew a thorn bush, which is not a real smart dog, but anyway. Now what have we found?
We've got these 2 here, like coming through. You've got the line of posts coming through here.
Yeah.
Across through here, and also up the corner, and then coming back.
So possibly that was the foundations of the building?
Over here I can see some concrete edgings coming
Oh
through.
yeah, there is. That probably was the...
So, could be something hidden underneath the jams.
Yeah. Got the Aussie wave going there too, mate.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So I don't know whether they had water storage here or whether they had...
Well, when we were listening to the fellow on that whale watching cruise the other day, he seemed to think there were lows. What do they call them? Lows or sweats or something like that. Where the water,
the sand soaks.
Sand soaks. That's what it was, and then they used to put a bore into that, didn't they? And
Yeah.
it was fresh water under the sand.
So that's where a lot of windmills are.
Yeah.
So, right. As you get to the sand that hasn't been touched by people, you'll see a lot of the animal tracks.
Yeah.
Little lizards.
Oh, wild dingoes. Oh, it's just Frankie.
I was following emu tracks before.
Yep.
Must have been long gone. Also followed some camel tracks. Unfortunately, I haven't found the camel yet, but I've found tracks up in the high ridge up near Border Village.
But look over here, you just missed an original pole for the telegraph line stuck in behind this bush here. Forgotten time, mate. I think got a bit of Russell Coit here going on. What have you found, Russell? Anything?
Yeah, I was trying to get close to that parrot that's been flying through here, but still haven't been able to identify what it is at this stage.
Yep. But I think if we look back through here, you can start to see what was left of the original village back up here again. Yeah. Holy cow, what an existence. It would have been hard.
There's still plenty of life around, you just don't see it because it's nocturnal.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the tracks there, some sort of lizard coming through here that Frankie's disturbed.
You can see that thing and the tail's down here so often.
Yeah.
So,
Makes amazing tracks, doesn't it? Oh, Mcdaddy's pointing out where the lizards disappeared, but if you come down here, I'll try and zoom in on it. Show you. You might be able to see the tracks disappearing off through there. All right, we're going to head back to the other part of the village. I gather there must have been more houses and stuff in here at some point. We've only found remnants of maybe 2 or possibly 3. Alright, so now we're getting back to where the telegraph what's that, residence? Through there? Yeah. It doesn't take much for nature to take over again, though, does it?
No. Give it a couple of years and it's have everything back.
Yeah.
I got the wombat. Hey, wombat.
Wombat.